from a suburb of Sydney, Australia. A suburb situated in the southwestern Sydney metropolitan area, Canley Vale. Canley Vale, known for its unique cultural diversification, its excremental technological breakthroughs, its countless garbage bins, rubber gloves and Gunsberger's clinic, and of course, the barking sharks. It was here, in the pre-Cambrian era, that the sharks were first spawned. Who would have thought that 5 years ago, a group of Year 7 students would have their lives changed forever? It all started in a party at Bondi when they were in Year 7. They have gone on to make a worldwide shark attack, and now they've returned to their ancestral beginnings at Canley Vale High School. Quite simply, they have become the biggest band in the world and possibly the universe. This is their story.
Hasn't been the same since me dog AIDS died. Taken by a shark off Bondi in 1982. I can still hear him whooping and yelping as he slid into the gullet of that vast beast. Still, if it hadn't been for that, I'd never have met the sharks. Where would I be now?
The carcass of Clark's dog AIDS, which was believed to be taken by a homosexual shark, was retrieved by a group of young students from Canley Vale High School to a very grateful Clark. The sharks were formed at a wild party in Bondi in January '82. Previous to this, the band had been known as the Canley Vale Kids and had been knocking them dead at Canley Vale Public. But Clark was a lost soul. He had no direction, and in desperation he went on various talent shows with little success.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what did you think of the incredible Tanya Lee Smith? That's 100%. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what did you think of the amazing Mark Clark? Come on! Mark, guess what? Tanya's won. But Mark, doesn't matter.
So the band formed. Clark had direction. The band rallied behind its leader, but times were still very, very tough. They took an ill-advised tour of Canada, followed by an equally disastrous tour here in South Africa, where they supported Billy Mandela, brother of the famous Ronnie Mandela, whose manager was the forceful and ruthless Sharky Zulu.
Louie.
Hey, how you doing? Listen, I know what you need. Marching Turtles. They're all the hit. They're working in every nursing home, right from Seattle up to Vancouver. And I can get them for you cheap.
No, I don't need Marching Turtles.
Well, okay, look, an organ grinder. Organ grinders always go down well. You can have it with or without a monkey.
Lou, I don't need an organ grinder either.
Well, canaries and miniskirts, they go over well.
No,
I like that.
Lou, I don't need an animal act. I'm not here about animal acts.
Oh yeah, what are you here for?
Well, you used to be a promoter, right?
Yeah.
And you promoted the Sharks Canadian tour in 1982.
That wasn't my fault. I cannot be held responsible for things like that.
Well,
Murphy had a hand in that one. Look, you see this certificate here? You don't get that for nothing, pal. I earned that one, and I've got respect in this town. How was I to know that the World's Fair had closed down 2 years beforehand? I booked them into Bellingham, Washington, Shakey's Pizza Parlor. They had lots of beer and pizza and things like that. But I told them the act will never go without an animal. And then this kid, the one on the guitar, says to me, "We got an animal." I said, "What kind of animal you got?" He says, "We got Sandy." Sandy, can you imagine? Sandy is a guy. I mean, what kind of animal?
Okay, listen, nonetheless, they lost about $200,000 on that tour.
That was not my fault, that was Murphy. How was I to know that the Greyhound was going to go to Tijuana? I mean, that's not what it said on the ticket. I cannot be held responsible for that. And anyway, I didn't put the marijuana in their suitcases. I cannot be held responsible. I tried to do everything I could for those people. I tried to counsel them. I gave them everything. I even offered to book them into Goose Bay, Newfoundland. Lots of sea air, things like that. They turned it down. They turned down Medicine Hat. They turned down Yellowknife and Baffin Island and James Bay. I mean, I was getting them everywhere. We were really going to start to cook. And then what happens? They just didn't even turn up. Now, is that gratitude for you? Let me ask you, really?
You lost them $200,000, Lou.
Well, now, look, I didn't actually lose it. That was Murphy. I mean, Murphy has a problem, and I really cannot be held responsible for that sort of thing. But listen, anyway, can we get there? How about I got something good for you here? I can get you perverted flamingos. Now, really, like the things that they will do, very, very interesting. And I can get you half a dozen, or gross. I mean, you name it. I can get. Look, you come out to the West Coast, I'm the man to see. Everybody asks for Lou. Okay?
One man who saw the initial impact and the exciting potential of the Sharks was new wave rock critic Nick Agro. Nick, you've seen quite a few superstars in their embryonic stage, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I've seen quite a few, yeah.
Like who?
Oh, well, bands like Split Hands, Cole Schnitzel, Little Rubber Band, they were good. Mid-Flight Boils, Crowded Home, and going right back to the 60s, Johnny Farmhouse, with You're the Choice and all that, yeah.
And how did you think the Sharks tour went?
Terrific, actually. They must have done over $7,000 their first night.
Business?
No, damage.
Wow, how many people came to the shows?
Including the roadies?
Excluding the roadies.
Excluding the roadies, altogether the official number was approximately about 5.
5?
12 with the roadies, yeah.
That's not too good.
Well, that's 3 more than they had in Balranald. And on the White Cliffs tour, they just had the roadies.
I gather there appeared to be a little tension within the group?
Well, yeah, Sandy had trouble remembering his name after Chris dropped him down a lift shaft at Villa Wood. Jason's got a small piece of brain lodged in his skull, which he's been coping with for years, but he might have it removed, I don't know. And Mark, well, he's great, but his alcoholic intake...
Too much?
Far too much. If you're playing bottleneck guitar and drinking out the bottle at the same time.
Nick, it's been great talking to you.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it?
Tonight on MTTV, we talk to Pussface, lead singer of the famous punk band, the Gangrene Pimples. How long have you known Mark Clark, Pussface?
I don't know. He wanted to join our band, but we didn't want him. He couldn't spit.
What?
He couldn't spit. You deaf or something? S-P-U-T, spit. At the end of the show, at the end of our show, we all spit on the audience. He didn't want it. He said it was dirty. He said we're all dirty and we ain't got no class. Let me tell you something, we got plenty of class.
Well, he has got U11 drama. Well, I don't want to offend you, Pussface, but maybe you're jealous of Mark Clark's success.
Jealous? Us? Jealous? Oh yeah, sure. Sure, how yeah, we wish we were on TV too, yeah. Beaten on national TV by a 5-year-old girl. Yeah, that's how jealous we are. Yeah. Then you see what he did? He put his arm around her. A 5-year-old girl. How sick.
Despite the early years of struggle for the Sharks, they did emerge from the mire of broken dreams and triumphed over adversity to become the greatest band on our planet. It was here, beside the inky blue waters of the Caribbean, that the Sharks formed their own record label, White Pointer. Indeed, such was the worldwide fame of the Sharks that a Texas millionaire was willing to pay over $4 million for a picture that Clark was nearly in. In '87, the Sharks have returned in triumph to their spawning ground to perform concerts at the culmination of a fantastically successful world tour. News of their return has spread like hepatitis B minor. Tickets have sold out in an amazing 32.5 seconds. Angry scenes have erupted. Thousands of frustrated fans have rioted, destroying science laboratories. Fire is followed with the resultant $130,000 worth of damage. The Sharks have donated earnings from these concerts to pay for this huge bill. Most of the footage you'll see is taken from these concerts. Let us relive the unbelievable but environmentally destructive excitement of these times.
Excuse me, can we talk to you for a moment, please? Excuse me, what are you doing?
We're saying rhubarb, strawberries and ice cream.
Sorry, what are you doing here in the tents?
We're going to get tickets for the Barking Shark concert.
Yes, but the Barking Shark concert, the tickets don't go on sale until Monday. It's only Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, but we have to get good tickets.
Well, okay, I'm sorry that I disturbed you. Go back to bed now if you like.
Shut up, you guys! Can't you see we're busy?